Hollywood's power couple just made a wild late-night move that has the world buzzing. After bombshell revelations surfaced during Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial, Beyonce and Jay-Z reportedly fled the country, sparking speculation, shock, and social media chaos. Today, we're unpacking every twist: what came out in court, why it rocked the Carters, how their sudden departure is being interpreted, and what it means for their future. Buckle up, it's a story full of secrets, power plays, and prestige under pressure. Diddy trial shakes Hollywood's elite. The chaos dates to mid-May 2025 in a Manhattan federal courtroom, where testimony against Sean Diddy Combs piled up, from sex trafficking allegations to accusations of coercing young women at parties. Witnesses referred to clandestine VIP events, undercover behavior, and alleged accomplices, and that's when names began to surface from across the industry. What started as court procedure turned seismic when witnesses testified that big names had ties to these environments, a scandal powerful enough to unsettle the Carters. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's names surfaced. Most notably, during early court hearings, an anonymous plaintiff named both Beyoncé and Jay-Z as being present at a controversial afterparty in 2015. Though neither was formally accused, their names were invoked in serious allegations, allegedly witnessing events linked to sex trafficking behavior. Even when their names were later dropped, the damage was done. Suddenly, they were no longer just performers, they were potential headline suspects in a federal scandal brewing with legal fire. Lawsuit amends reveal removal of Beyoncé and Jay-Z. At first, the allegations sparked outrage, accompanied by a slew of social media speculation. But this month, in a quiet legal filing, the plaintiff formally removed Beyoncé and Jay-Z's names from the suit. The amended complaint states that evidence contradicted their presence at the 2015 event, and lawyers confirmed neither were in Miami at the time. Despite this legal exoneration, the court records still exist, and their images can't be scrubbed from public memory. Pressure builds behind the scenes. Following the amended filing, insiders say a sense of panic took hold. Even though they're no longer named in the lawsuit, word had already traveled through media, TV special reports, and social discussions among fans. Crisis teams rushed in. Decisions had to be made. For a couple whose brand depends on global esteem and a carefully curated image, any hint of scandal, even if legally dismissed, is a red flag. And one decision stood out: fleeing the country, escape, or strategy. Late last week, paparazzi cameras caught private jets taxiing in French Polynesia, then snapped the Carters in flight to Europe. Their usual U.S. haunts, New York, LA, Houston, were suddenly empty. Friends say it wasn't a vacation, it was damage control. The language used: lay low, regroup, protect the family. In the midst of global attention, the power pair disappeared, and the timing wasn't coincidence. The image fortification, distance as defense. In celebrity circles, absence is the ultimate PR move. By getting out of the spotlight, the Carters may be sending multiple messages. We're not running, but we're not available. And above all, we're above the fray. It gives their teams space to recalibrate, draft statements, consult lawyers, and plan a comeback moment. In our 24/7 news cycle, strategic exit can speak louder than any social media post. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's private lives under intense scrutiny. Even before this trial, the Carters maintained a journalistic fortress, rare public outings, no photos of their children, even medical privacy. Now, with a scandal swirling, that privacy is both refuge and liability. Without addresses or schedules to track, they can deny or delay PR narratives indefinitely. But media vultures and fans aren't bedtime storytellers, they're investigators. This disappearance has only inflated speculation, rumors of lawsuits, secret trips, PR prisons. Privacy or performance? Economic risk, more than brand image. Beyond image, the allegations threatened revenue streams. Beyoncé has the NFL halftime Super Bowl, perfume brands, Ivy Park lines, Netflix documentary deals. Jay-Z has Roc Nation, Tidal investments, each dependent on star appeal. A shadow of scandal, legal or not, can trigger partner exits, insurance hikes, or event cancellations. Leaving the U.S. is a pause button. But what happens if partnership confidence doesn't return? Legal teams in overdrive. Industry insiders say within 48 hours, the Carters brought in high-powered lawyers, some known for handling celebrity crises, others for orchestrating reputational comebacks. The legal focus? Clean the record, gather proof of non-involvement, and prep defamation frameworks. Friends say Jay-Z is determined to pursue any media with insinuations. Public insights from fans and Reddit. The reaction online turned predictably polarizing. "They were scared, that's obvious," posted one Reddit commenter about the PAP shots. Another wrote, "They patched it by legal removal, now flying out is smart." Other threads rolled deep conspiracy theory, calls for public apology, speculation about secret lawsuits, or taunts about celebrity privilege. It's a volatile mix. Outrage, skepticism, curiosity. Crisis PR wondered one. Strategic silence versus oversharing. Will they say anything? Should they? Experts highlight a brief but powerful PR play. Listen, wait, then respond with sincerity, not denial, but personal reflection. The Carters excel in that arena. Beyoncé's minimal tweet after the rape suit dismissal focusing on new fragrance was measured. This time, they could return with a joint message to reaffirm family, values, commitment to truth. Anything else sounds reactive, or worse, defensive. The celebrity scandal ecosystem. This moment joins a long line of contending celebrity scandals, from Will Smith's Oscars moment to mental health misfires. The Carters hold brand equity few do, but they sit at a razor's edge. One strategic exit from Paris could define today's pop culture paradigm. Do you fight in headlines or recast quietly from abroad? They're betting on the latter, at least for now. What happens next on American soil? Look for two key signals. 1. Return date, likely aligned with an event. Netflix premiere, tour kickoff, fashion release. 2. Statement style, will it be public, video, interview, or silent? A guiltless duck and cover won't fly. They need control, not evasion. The broader Hollywood message. For peers and partners, this is a lesson in risk management. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are elite. Elite enough to flee the country quietly, but their method resets the bar on crisis response. Get ahead, get strategic, and always assume statements, or lack of them, are as impactful as press releases. Final verdict: did they win or lose? Did fleeing help or hurt? It's too early, but signs lean toward smart. They avoided press circus. They bought time. They avoided missteps. But public memory is short, so is media attention. In 4 weeks, no one may care. In 2 years, a vacancy in their coverage. A celebrity saga that defined 2025. This saga, it's not the biggest scandal of 2025, but it is the most telling about the scale of fame and crisis. A music icon, a sports legend, pulling back from spotlight because reputation is fragile but also a commodity. Beyoncé's business empire at risk? While Beyoncé remains one of the most beloved entertainers in the world, her business ventures are just as powerful and vulnerable. From her Ivy Park fashion brand to multi-million-dollar endorsement deals with companies like Tiffany and Coty and Adidas before their split, public perception plays a key role in brand alignment. If the media narrative continues to associate her with anything remotely scandalous, even without guilt, it could lead to loss of contracts or slowdowns in product rollouts. Her team is undoubtedly monitoring media sentiment closely, likely using digital reputation trackers to stay ahead of the storm. Jay-Z's investment ties under the microscope. Jay-Z isn't just a rapper, he's a business mogul with interest in everything from entertainment to fintech and sports. His ventures like Roc Nation, Tidal, and Monogram Cannabis are deeply tied to public image and consumer trust. Investors and brand partners often watch for soft signs of instability, such as dipping social metrics or negative press. This latest controversy, even if speculative, could invite increased scrutiny of his ventures, especially if reporters start asking, "Where is Jay-Z while this unfolds?" His team may need to respond with more than silence. Public sympathy versus celebrity fatigue. There's a fine line between public support and public burnout. While many fans have rallied behind Beyoncé and Jay-Z, others are questioning their silence, especially in a moment when transparency feels more valued than ever. Are they being unfairly dragged into someone else's downfall? Or are they avoiding accountability? This gray area creates a complicated emotional reaction. The longer they remain quiet, the more they risk losing control of their narrative and appearing out of touch with a culture that increasingly demands truth and openness, even from royalty. So, is fleeing in vogue or cowardice? Did Beyonce and Jay-Z just write another legendary comeback, or did they step into a vacuum of silence? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're watching this story unfold with us, hit like, share your take. Are they smart exiters or missing in action? Subscribe for more cultural deep dives, star revelations, and headline-making moments. Until next time, celebrity may sparkle, but storms can brew behind the cameras.